Welcome back to the Cat Show. Up next, we have Nico. Nico is a member of the Shelter Pet Group.
That's right. A group known especially for their sunspot sleeping, ball chasing, leg rubbing, and of course, companionship. Just look how she struts.
It's like she owns the place.
And see how she curls up and cuddles her person.
The pitch on her purring is simply perfect.
Nice one.
Fantastic cat. But really the best way to know an amazing shelter pet like Nico is to meet one.
Visit theshelterpetproject.org today. Adopt.
Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
Allison is perfect. I mean, she'd never tell you that. She's perfect. Allison, wait. Are you texting and driving? Texting and driving makes good people look bad. Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org, brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
KLEK is a nonprofit community radio station and has to rely on the support of listeners like you to continue to give a voice to the community. For the cost of a meal for two, just $20 a month would go a long way to ensure you will get the music and information you need. Please take a moment and fund your support to KLEK. Every donation will help us continue this radio station, giving local people a voice on the airwaves. Our goal is to get 100 new donors. Please consider donating. No donation is too small. Learn more at klekfm.org. This portion of KLEK programming can be made possible by your business. Your support will help in educating, entertaining, and empowering the community by supporting local talent, serving the community you love, and providing information on issues you care about from a different perspective. Call 870-203-9951 or visit klekfm.org to learn how we can help connect you more with the community.
KLEK thanks Charles and Candace Mabry and the staff of Mabry Smokehouse for their support of KLEK and dedication to the Jonesboro community. Mabry's offers Texas-style barbecue, beef brisket, pulled pork, ribs, rib tips, chicken wings, smoked sausage, barbecue fries and nachos, sides, and desserts. Located 1504 Red Wolf Boulevard, Jonesboro. Open 11 to 8 Tuesday through Thursday, Friday and Saturday. More info, Mabry Smokehouse on Facebook.
Meineke of Jonesboro is now Stark's Auto Service, a full-service auto repair and vehicle maintenance center offering engine and transmission repair, brake service, tires, oil changes, and more, performed by ASE certified mechanics. Stark's Auto Service, 2813 South Caraway Road in Jonesboro, 870-204-7112. Stark's Auto Service, Jonesboro.com.
Coronavirus.
Knowledge is power.
Believe it or not, anxiety is a normal and often healthy emotion, but anxiety disorders can lead to excessive nervousness, fear, apprehension, and worry, and the coronavirus can add to that. So here are some things you can do. Practice deep breathing, meditate, read a good book, step outside and get some fresh air, call family and friends, and most of all, disconnect. Take a break from all the news, commentary, and chatter about COVID-19.
Coping
with coronavirus.
From the Power News Radio Network.
Major key alert. Don't ever play yourself. The key is to make it, so make it.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at GetSchooled.com. Brought to you by Get Schooled and the Ad Council.
And now back to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM.
And we're back on Community Conversation on KLEK 102.5 FM for part 2 of today's segment. Joining us in the studio is Cynthia Wilson from Jonesboro. Oh yeah, turn that volume down on your thing. Of course, share that stream as well. But we're speaking with Cynthia Wilson of Jonesboro Human Development Center. She requested to come to the studio because JHDC is actually hiring. And, of course, this is very important because, unfortunately, during this coronavirus pandemic, with all of the stores being closed, a lot of people are now out of work and people are worried about employment. So this isn't an opportunity for you. So, Cynthia, take it away.
Absolutely. We're still hiring. We are essential employees. So we don't worry about the layoff and things that others have to worry about so much. We have to have people there. We're certified as far as a nursing home facility, so therefore we have to keep our doors open as far as our residents. Now, of course, we're going by the guidelines as everyone else is, I hope, of trying to make sure that this pandemic is decreased as much as possible. And we are not right now. Unfortunately, the parents aren't able to come out and visit their loved ones, but they're making plenty of phone calls and the residents are definitely enjoying the phone calls. But absolutely, we are still hiring. And if someone were interested in employment and they wanted to get to work immediately, they could give me a call today and I could help them out, and we could probably get them in an interview as early as Thursday.
And what's the phone number? I'm going to post it in the comments on our live feed.
Absolutely. It's 870-932-4043, extension 110 or 144.
110?
Yes.
Or 114. Is there an online application as well?
Absolutely. It's www.arstatejobs.
Arstatejobs.
Yes. .gov.
.gov.
No, I'm sorry, .com.
.com, okay. To apply for a job. I'm typing this in our Facebook live feed.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's talk about the positions that are available.
Right now, currently, we do have one position that actually closes today, unfortunately, but it's in recreation, and it's an RCT. This is the only position.
Now, what's an RCT? You're going to have to break that down for us.
Okay. RCT is residential care technician. Mm-hmm. And normally we do not hire in anyone as an RCT because an RCT is a position that we use to promote to. Mm-hmm. So, but this is in recreational. It's not in residential, and it actually closes today. So, if you're interested, you can give a call to that number that Legance just placed on the site now.
And of course, for those listening on the radio, it is 870-932-4043. Again, 870-932-4043, extension 110 or 114.
No, 144.
144. Let me change that then. Sorry.
Yes.
So 110 and 144.
And 144, you reach my supervisor, Debbie Eddington, and she will be more than happy to assist you with either the recreational position or with the RCA, which is the residential care assistant position. And the good thing about this position coming in as an RCA is there's definitely room for growth. The qualifications you have to have is definitely having high school diploma. You have to have a valid driver's license for both. These qualifications are for both of those positions that I named. And you definitely have to be able to pass a state and federal background check and child and adult maltreatment background check, and of course a drug test. With the RCA position, that is actually the position I started in years ago. It wasn't called RCA back then, but there's definitely room for growth. Like I said, that's usually the RCT position is usually a position that goes from the RCA to the RCT, and after 6 months you become eligible for that. That's not something that you have to apply for or anything. It's just a position that's available that once you've been there for 6 months, no disciplinary actions, coming to work and doing the things that you're supposed to do, the things that you're required to do. And after that 6 months, you become eligible for it. Now, it is seniority based because we want to do things fairly. So it's seniority based. And as your time comes along, then you're offered this position. And that's a 10% pay increase.
So speaking of pay, so what is the pay and any potential benefits? I'm sure with this being a state agency, they're pretty good.
Absolutely. The starting pay is $10.57 an hour. And the benefits are amazing. You get, of course, medical, life insurance. There's optional insurance for vision and dental. And then you, of course, get your holiday pay, which I don't know of very many jobs. This is the only job I've worked at where my birthday is considered a holiday, and my birthday is coming up on the 20th of this month. So
you want to give out your Cash App if you're accepting gifts?
Oh, absolutely. True to Cody is my Cash App name. Absolutely. There you go. But yeah, my birthday is considered a holiday. Unfortunately, my birthday is on a Monday this year, so I will definitely be at work.
Well, mine's on a Wednesday. In fact, it'll be next Wednesday, the 13th.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Well, happy early birthday.
Actually, Monday. I take it back. Monday.
Monday.
And yours is
on the 20th.
20. Okay,
so the following Monday.
A week apart.
Yeah, a week apart. Exactly.
Yeah. And mine is LSKL. Or you can donate to KLEK FM in lieu of a birthday present for me.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But I digress. So one thing that people, getting back to the higher position, one people may be concerned with is, potential exposure to the virus. So what are you all doing to limit the exposure to those who may have to, those working there, since it still is an essential service?
Absolutely. I mean, of course, we expect for the community or the people that are working there to do their part and not, when you get off work, not go out in large crowds and try and limit your communication outside. Of course, we're practicing the 6 feet distance, and we're teaching our residents as well to practice that, because they don't know a stranger. When they meet you, they've known you all their life. They feel like they do. So we're encouraging them to keep the 6 feet distance between them and their peers, between them and us. And we're wearing our mask, and we're using our gloves, and we're making sure that they're definitely using their hand sanitizer and washing their hands. This is a practice that we are constantly using even before Corona. So it's definitely in place. And we even have a few of the units who are working to making their own masks. They want their personalized mask. So, yeah, absolutely. So, and every morning before you go into your workstation, before you go into anywhere where any of the other employees are, we have to go in and have our temp checks.
I was just about to ask that, we are doing temp checks.
Absolutely, we are doing temp checks. But we want our employees to make good decisions outside of work, because we know that we have some people who may be positive but may not be having symptoms. Now, I'm not speaking of the people that are working there. Thank God we have been blessed to not have any positive cases. We've been very blessed. I will say that. And our workers have been very diligent about trying to make sure that they are doing what they're supposed to do. Our residents are stepping in and doing what they're supposed to do. If they have a question, they are more than happy to ask the staff what do they need to do and how do they need to do it and what can they do to make it better. And we're happy to give them all the information we possibly can.
So how are the residents adjusting to this? Because you mentioned earlier that they're used to hugging people, now that they're not. Are you seeing residents who are sad or having difficulty adjusting?
Believe it or not, they have not been. And I'm kind of surprised at it. Now, what we do is we still try and make sure that they get out of their units, move around, get some fresh air. I myself have a friend who I take to lunch every day, and from time to time she and I will go to the cafeteria, pick our lunch up, and actually sit out in the patio in the internet cafe area and have our lunch. So they have adjusted very well, considering they're not getting to get out into the community. That's a big thing for our residents. They love going out into the community. They love shopping. And we were so blessed because, we just heard our third annual Be Your Own Beautiful Gala. And we were so blessed that we were able to have our gala before all of this, the pandemic really broke out. So, yeah, I think maybe now I do get residents to come to ask me often, Miss Cynthia, when are we having our next activity? And I'm like, oh, I don't know for sure, but we're going to have something. As soon as this is over, we're going to do something and have a great time with it. And they just get excited about that, just knowing that we are going to plan something. And we're constantly planning little activities for them to do to get a little bit of exercise, because we don't want to put on all this pandemic weight. It's easy to do because we're sitting around a lot more. But I think that this is a time for us to, I guess, get personal with each other or with ourselves. Learn to pick up a book, learn a new hobby, and do some things that we have kind of pulled away from. And I think that that's what a lot of my residents have started trying to do as well.
And of course, let's talk about some of the other projects that JHDC has going on. Of course, the gala you mentioned, I know I've helped Allie with those, and I think y'all have had some fun days that KLEK has came out and DJ. So what are some of the other things that JHDC has going on?
Well, right now, of course, with everything going on, we're so limited with
Well, I'm talking about just in general, like your normal programs.
Oh, our normal programs. We still have our garden. And I should have, and I apologize in advance because I didn't ask Miss K about if they were, would deliver plants if people in the community wanted to purchase a plant. Because we still have our tomato plants that are for sale.
And that's a fundraiser for you guys?
It's not a fundraiser, but it's a job for our residents.
Okay.
They actually go out and plant these plants and raise them, and we are going to have our flowers coming up soon because, you know, with Easter and Mother's Day coming up, they usually have their flowers to sell. And of course, right now with the pandemic going on, we're not allowing anyone on campus but the employees and essential employees and the employees that are bringing things that are needed, such as the food carriers and things such as that. But I think that it would be good for Ms. K to maybe, she is the director of training services. Keisha Miller is the director of the recycling. And I know that they're still doing their recycling. You do not have to keep your recyclable materials away. There's a bin outside. You don't even have to come in contact with anyone to be able to bring your recyclable materials out there and just place them in the bin.
All righty. Got a Facebook shout out to Dr. Lily Fears. Appreciate you for checking in on our Facebook Live feed. We're speaking with Cynthia Wilson from Jonesboro Human Development Corporation. JHDC is hiring. And for those who just are tuning in, let's kind of go over the positions available and the benefits and the application procedure.
Okay. You could reach our website at www.arstatejobs.com. And that's where you can go and look for RCA. There's a little spot on there where you can put in what location you want. Just put Craighead. Don't hit enter, hit search. Once you hit search, it'll show you everything that's available in the Craighead area. I think it'll have like 3 pages. Go to the very last page, and residential care assistant is the position that you would want to apply for. And what this position is giving assisting our residents in their day-to-day living, assisting them with their grooming. Our residents range from being mild to moderate to severe and profound. I mean, there is a large range, but you may have one resident that needs very little assistance or support as far as their personal care, where you may have another resident in a different unit that needs a great deal of assistance in that area. You can apply for this position, and the benefits are amazing. You got health insurance, you have life insurance, and the thing about that is, Legans, is that they offer $10,000 worth of life insurance to the employee. No matter if you're full time, you get that. That's not paid for by you. That's just given to you.
Oh, that's definitely a great benefit right there. So,
absolutely.
So, is there any prior experience required or any prior background in either healthcare or special education or anything like that?
All of those are very helpful, of course, but no, you don't have to have any prior experience. We train our staff right there on our grounds. There's approximately 3 weeks of training that you'll go through, which is paid training, mind you. It's 8 to 4:30. But the education, having a high school diploma, having a driver's license, those are required. Definitely you have to pass a background check, and you also have to pass the drug test. So these are the things that are required of you. But there's some amazing benefits that come along with it. After 5 years of being employed with the state, you're vested for retirement. And I know a lot of younger people don't think about retirement, but we should. We should think about our future. We can't spend every dime that we make on the person you are today. We need to prepare for the person that you will be in the future. So retirement should be a big thing and should be a big thought for all of us.
Okay. And what about the interview process? How long would it take from getting the application in to when a person could expect to get a call for an interview?
Absolutely. Now, honestly, we are having a big interview on Thursday. And if you could get your application submitted today and we can have it approved, because we are a state facility, so it has to be approved through Little Rock. So once you get your application in, you give myself, which is at 870-932-4043, extension 1110, or my supervisor, Debbie Eddington, who's at extension 144. Give us a call just so we can look over your application and make sure that you hadn't made any simple mistakes, because often they ask you where would you like to work, and if you say that you don't want to work anywhere in Arkansas, you want to work in your mind you're thinking, I just want to be in Jonesboro area, and they list the counties. The first county that you see is Arkansas County, which actually there's no positions in Arkansas County for this position, but people will often hit that because they just see Arkansas. But what
so
we
make sure you click Craighead.
Absolutely, make sure you click Craighead. So that's one of the reasons that we absolutely want people to give us a call, because if you click Arkansas County, we won't even see your application. So this will prevent a lot of time and a lot of you thinking that, oh, we just looked you over. So once you do that, then give us a call. We'll look your application over, and if it's done between today and tomorrow, like I said, we could possibly arrange an interview for you on Thursday of this week. Now, like I said earlier, we're not having anyone on our campus that doesn't work there, so we are actually doing our interviews off-site. This time we're doing our interviews at Comfort Suites, and we have already 2 scheduled time for interviews. So definitely, if this is something you're interested in and you're ready to get to work and you want to get to work quick, go ahead and submit that application. Give us a call, and we can get you in as early as Thursday for an interview. Now, we will be having another interview session going on 2 weeks prior to that date, so definitely give us a call if you end up getting it in a little bit late.
All righty. Now, after the interview, what happens next?
After the interview, of course, they go. The interview team will go and score the scores to see who's the highest, and so on and so forth, and make their selection. Once they make their selection, they'll give you a call, and once they give you a call, it's usually 24 hours from that time that you have to have. From if they call you at 2:00 on tomorrow, you have until 2:00 on Thursday, because tomorrow's Wednesday, so you'll have until 2:00 on Thursday to get the necessary paperwork and things done, such as your drug test and your background check and things such as that.
For the drug test, I'm assuming y'all have a lab somewhere that they can go to
Absolutely.
Get that done.
They'll come out to our blue building, which is just off of Fox Meadow. Then Lori, which is our HR supervisor, she will give you the necessary paperwork and all of the addresses to all of the locations you'll need to go to get these things taken care of.
All right. As we get ready to wrap up the segment, any final comments, any shout-outs, anything that we did not cover?
No, I think we covered everything. I just want everybody to stay safe out there, keep your hands washed, cover up, and try and be as careful as possible. We want to keep this pandemic down as low as possible and don't want it to grow at all. Absolutely.
Let's do our part to flatten the curve, as they say. Don't forget the social distancing. We're social distancing in the studio. Usually we have people sit in the close seat, but we got her at the very end. It's a little bit awkward because I feel like I'm talking across the room to our guests, but that's just adjustment we all have to make. And of course,
absolutely,
we here in the studio, we sanitize the mics between each guest, wiping down the doors, the handles, and everything else. And of course, don't forget just to follow the guidelines. No more than 10 people in the gathering, and even then, keep yourselves 6 feet apart. Well, we're going to get ready to get up out of here. Of course, we got great music all day long. This is Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM.